día estaba por la playa.
I totally just got
The
that.
character of a scared Mexican child running from a German captor.
Go. Y vi. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
You're totally fine.
I'm ready.
I got that too.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, so did you go to college?
Yes, I did go to college. I went to Weber State undergrad. I played college basketball there, and I got my undergraduate in Bachelor's of Science in Athletic Training, and then I graduated, and then I got into DPT school, so PT school, and I received my doctorate in physical therapy there in 2010 from UT Southwestern in Dallas, Texas.
Nice. How did you pay for it?
How did I pay for it? Well, so me and my wife had saved quite a bit during undergrad, so we paid for a portion of it just through our savings, what we had saved up. So we had saved for 4 years, knowing our plan well ahead of where we wanted to go. I always knew I wanted to go to PT school from like the first semester of college, so I was working towards that end, and I knew how much it was going to cost. So we are still paying for my loans, but pretty reasonable. But yeah, so some of them through government loans, some through just what I saved, but we still owe some on our schooling.
Okay. What was your experience like?
My experience was awesome. I really enjoyed it. PT school I thought was going to be like, oh, it's going to be tough. But it was actually fun jumping through all the hoops like an undergrad and finally being in like PT school, dealing with what I wanted to deal with and learn the things that I wanted to learn rather than I'm off learning about geography for one course and off learning about history for another course. And like, it didn't really matter for me like what George Washington did for PT school. So I was excited to finally be done with that and to learn about ligaments and tendons and joints, and so it was fun.
What did you gain from your college experience?
So from college experience, that's a good question actually, because you think PT school, you'd be like, man, I'm all ready to be a physical therapist, but I learned very shortly after I graduated, like, whoa, PT school was just getting me ready for it's entry level. It just gets you ready for entry level, and there was so much more to learn and gain. And so what did I learn from the overall experience? I think it was this hard work and longevity that you're going to have to apply yourself to be where you want to be. So you can't just rest on well, I graduated and now I'm a doctor of physical therapy. To be good at what you do, you have to use that, learn the foundation. So I guess I just talked in a circle there, but it'd be foundational knowledge is what I learned, and where to build off of that and where to find the information if I do need to find it, and what sources I can trust and not trust. And so I think that was the overall experience that I learned.
What do you think college is for?
College is for, I think, to find who the true players are, who actually really wants to do what they want to do, is to find people with passion, I think is what college is for. And I think a lot of times that's what's required. You have to pay extra money to go through college, you got to jump through certain hoops to go through college, but I think it's trying to find people who have the true passion for their area of field. So for physical therapy, they're going to kind of push you a little bit and push you out of the cart to see who really wants to be there and who doesn't want to be there. So I think college is to find out what you're all about.
I like that answer actually. How important do you think college is?
I think college is very important. I think you need to be educated. We're taught that we always need to be learning and gaining wisdom. So I think you're just rolling the dice if you don't go to college, for one thing, right? I think you're just saying, well, I'm just going to roll the dice and hopefully I can find a good job and get some longevity in there and get my tenure and stay there. But I think college is important because it makes you apply yourself, right? I think makes you tap into another area of your brain that you wouldn't have tapped into otherwise.
Do you think everybody should go to college? Why or why not?
That's a good question. I think, I have, two of my really good friends in high school, still keep in close contact. College was not for him, and I knew it. I knew as soon as he got into college that he was just going to be like, one semester. I don't even know if he finished the semester, but so no, I don't think college is for everyone. I think it should be for everyone, but I just don't think some people just have what it takes. The drive, the will to make it happen, and I think too many people just want the the instant gratification of I'm going to get a job now and I'm going to make $10 an hour, which is, I mean, in the end, nothing. If you're going to take care of a family, there's no way you could support someone off that. And so I think a lot of people just dive into I want my $10 an hour job and hopefully this works out. So I think it should be for everyone, but I don't think it is for everyone just because some people just don't like that classroom setting. And in the end, they can't see past that it's not the classroom, right? PT is not the classroom, but initially you have to be in the classroom and go through all those rigors to get to where you're working for an awesome company like this. But if you can't see that, then you won't last very long.
Do you think college graduates owe something to society?
I think it's a good question. That's wow, I got to think on that. Yeah, they do. I think they owe something to society. I think you got to be able to educate the society. I think with the world that we live in now, it's go to Google, type in Google on, hey, how do I fix a disc problem in my back, and you get 7,000 different answers. So I think college graduates owe it to society of like teaching the truth really, and hopefully that's what college is doing. So there's so much knowledge lost in information out there. So I think that's what the college graduates owe, is bringing some knowledge to all the information.
Why do you want your children to go to college?
I want children to go to college just because I know it's going to set them up for a more successful life. I don't think you're guaranteed success by going to college, like I said earlier, right? You could go to college, get your degree, and just kind of fall by the wayside. But I want my kids to go to college because it's makes you better, gives you character. I think for one, makes you who you are, and helps you set you up for success and gives you that confidence for the rest of your life, rather than in the back of your mind going, man, what if? And I don't want my kids to have the what ifs. I want them to be living life to the fullest. I think you have to do that through college.
What do you think or hope they'll gain from the experience of college?
I think they'll get, I really like that question because, much more than just becoming knowledgeable and having information. I want them to be, gain those life experiences through college of like, whoa, I'm broke and I can't go to mom and dad's house for the weekend. I want my son to go, oh no, I don't know if I have enough money to put gas in my car. And so I want them to learn those life experiences, learn the hard lessons that you're going to learn in college. I don't think you can learn those in the house with mom and dad right close by. So I think they'll learn those life experiences, and I think that's where you find out who you really are when you have those hard times. In college is definitely not the easy go, just fluffy life. And at least for me, like my kids, I'm not going to just pay for all their school. I'm going to have that account set aside for them, but I'm not just going to have like, hey, go to school and I'll pay for you to party and have fun and go do whatever you want to do. I want them to learn some hard lessons. So
I like that answer. That's actually wow. What are the benefits of college education?
Benefits of college education, I think, is just that knowledge. I guess the truth, I guess you say, right? I mean, there's so much information out there. So I think the benefit of it is it allows you to tap into that part of the brain that you're not going to tap into, and to add to society and whatever passion you have. So I think college experience adds a lot more passionate people in our society, right? If you compare two people, one that went to college and went through all the steps that were required versus a person that didn't go through those steps, you're gonna probably find a more passionate person that went to college and a person that's gonna make people better around them. So I think people who go to college usually make people better around them, and because that's what they learn. They learn that in college. So.
Last question. What problems do you see with college today versus when you went to school?
Yeah, I think they're maybe still the same. I think it's still all those, I don't know. I think some people are book smart and some are common sense, smart, experienced, hands-on, kind of get it. And I think the college system struggles with that it weeds out people too early in the process. So you see this person, wow, he's going to do awesome, and it just weeds him out because for whatever reason of SAT, ACT, all those types of scores. And so I see that being a problem because myself, I didn't do great on the ACT, and I seem to be doing pretty well. So I think the college system kind of pushes people around too much. I think college is expensive. I think with us trying to increase the workforce like Barack Obama says he wants to, but then to have schools are outrageous. Like a lawyer or an MD to go to school is just outrageous. The loads that they have to take, and seeing people having to close their doors on their businesses because they can't pay off their student loans. So for me, that's kind of a sensitive subject, because when I first went to PT school, it started that the government loans were like 6.5%. I have some therapists that work here that are like 2%. They're the percent, the APR on their loan, and mine's at 6.5%. So I just don't see how that's stimulating jobs to charge the students more, first of all, right up front, and then to charge them more over time and interest, to say, well, if you really want your college, you're going to pay us, the government, even more to gain that experience. And I think that you've already jumped through enough hoops. So I think the financial part is just a big mess where it just gets tangled. You can't even follow your money. Like right now, my loan has been purchased by 17 different people, and we're just like, where's our loan, and who knows, right? It's just in outer space almost. And so I don't like that, where it's become college has become a numbers game. Look at college football, for instance, right? You see these conferences that are like, sorry, I'm just gonna go on a tangent now. So you see these college systems like, hey, oh yeah, you get to play in the bowl game, but you don't. But the person that's playing in the bowl game is the person that's going to be bringing the school more money. So college, the NCAA has become more about money than it is like the student athlete. And I think that's pretty sad. You can see these schools that the students are doing the things that they shouldn't, and they get like a 1-game suspension, and they're back to playing because they're the best player in the country, so they're going to get to play there. And versus the school that's doing the right things, well, sorry, you can't play the bowl game because you don't have enough enrollment to make us a lot of money. And so it's become lots about money. So that's what I don't like about college.
It's definitely true these days. Well, thanks for your time, Tyler.
Yeah, no problem. See you later.